So if you've ever used other website builders like Squarespace or ClickFunnels or WordPress or WP Bakery within WordPress, something like that, you'll know that there are these things called sections, rows, columns, and blocks. Kajabi is set up a little bit differently, and I think it's a little bit simpler for people who are just getting started to understand. So today we're going to go over sections in Kajabi, how to add them to your pages and your website, but also how to customize them and how they're set up. I'm Mike Gomes, and I started this channel to help aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners like yourself achieve more financial, time, and location freedom by turning your knowledge and expertise into a thriving online business. So now if you don't already have Kajabi, you're in luck. Check out the description box below, and I've provided a free 30-day trial where you can try out Kajabi absolutely free to not only do what we're mentioning in this tutorial, but mess around with it, kind of give it a test drive. And if you have any questions, reach out to me about Kajabi. You'll also be sent a link to my extensive course, Master Kajabi, once it goes live. Once you've logged into your Kajabi dashboard, you're going to go over here to the left-hand side. I'm just going to show you a real basic way to add sections to your website. So let me pull up my website. I'm going to click on Customize Page here in the center. And as you can see, down the left-hand side here, we've already got our sections listed out. So this is the first page that you come to when you click on any page to edit. It'll bring up your sections. And if we start on the left-hand side here, you can see we have our header section here, which if I mouse over, I can make changes and edit on my header. Then we have our hero with image, which I can actually click on these three dots and rename it anything I want. I just left it at the default hero with image. I went ahead and did that here. I actually removed the image. You can't see it here, but I removed the image and put in a custom coding bar here, which we'll talk about in a future video to get rid of the image, but keep the spacing so that the text would stay and remain on the left-hand side. And then, of course, I added my background here, which obviously is me. And this right here, as I'm mousing over this, you can see this blue dotted line, this border that goes around this section. And then these in the middle here, these are the blocks within this section. So that's over here on the left-hand side. That's our hero with image. Then going down below that, we have our three featured column, which is this right here. That's this section right here with three columns. Then we have our text and image right here. We have another text and image, and then of course we have another hero section that I was designing and messing around with down here. So these are our different sections. To add a new section to the bottom here, you just click on this button right here on the left-hand side that says Add Section, and this will pull up all their pre-developed, like pre-designed sections. And there's a lot to choose from. Let's say we want to create a section that just has some text and a video. So I'm going to click right here on the left-hand side. What I love about Kajabi is that it gives you the option, as you can see here on the screen, to preview what your section is going to look like before you actually add it. Because I know in a lot of other builders, you add the section, and then if you don't like it, you have to delete it. I love this feature that you can preview this in Kajabi before I add it, see what it's going to look like in comparison to the other sections. Let's say I decide I want to run with this. I'm going to go ahead and click add. So now it permanently adds it in, not permanently, but it adds it into my workspace. And now I can make the tweaks and changes as I see fit. So that is how you build a section. So now that we're clicked into the section, as you can see over here on the left-hand side, the section is now broken down by our blocks. We have a text block and we have a video block. If you want to add more blocks or more content, click on Add Content. And here are all your different content options that you will add within that section. So anything you add in this content section will be added into this section. Okay. And again, we can go back. Let's back out a ways. This section that we just added is called text and video. One thing we can do, by the way, is we can just grab these bars right here and drag and drop it. Let's drag it to the very top. Here you go. You can see it's above my hero with image, but not above my header because that's a default section right here that I can go in and customize. But I'm also going to show you real quick. If you click these three dots and you click rename, I can relabel this. Let's say now we want to just call this my new header. I don't know. I'm just going to type that. There we go. So now it's relabeled. And again, we can drag and drop this. What I like about this is as you click and hold, as you drag, you can actually see the visual of where it's going to appear and how it's going to show on the page as you drag it around. And when you find the right placement for it that you want it, you can drop it. And here's our new section right here. Now I want to quickly show you how to remove a section that you no longer want on your website, or even how to hide a section. So here on the left-hand side, you can see we just chose this new section, which I just labeled my new header. I'm going to go ahead and click on these three dots again. This drop-down menu gives us a few more options. One, we can duplicate it. So let's duplicate it. It's going to drop it down to the bottom, of course. And now with this duplication, let's say we don't want this anymore. I'm going to hit the back button here in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to go to those three dots again on this bottom one that I duplicated, and I'm going to just simply click delete, and it automatically removes it. Another option you can do is to hide a section. So what we're going to do is I'm going to scroll up so you can see this. So here's our section, the My New Header section, and I'm going to click hide. What this does is it keeps, as you can see on the left-hand side here, the section is not deleted. Let's say I'm not sure if I want to use it or I want to come back to it later. By hiding it, it keeps the data, it keeps the design, anything that I've created here, but it takes it, it hides it from view. Now, if I want to add it back to my page, I need to come back here, click on the three dots again, and click on Show. And that will bring it back into our page. So now that you know how to create and add sections to your website or your pages or your storefront, jump into Kajabi, take advantage of the free 30-day trial down in the description below, and mess around with this. Test it. Try designing some things. And I know I already mentioned it, but if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so that you're notified of future videos coming out in this part of the Kajabi series.